Oh. Will take you on.
What's going on, everyone? It's Mike, it's John, back again. Just come off our live stream watch along where again we absolutely smashed it. Thank you ever so much to everyone who was new, subscribed, liked, donated, everything. Thank you ever so much, John. I'll put the title Richarlison double, but he wasn't the only good player today for Everton. Let's talk about the positives first. Go.
Well, to be fair, you had a lot of players who come in tonight who haven't been playing much. Sigurdsson, Iwobi, Bernard, they all had good games. Pickford was poor again, in my opinion. One player who shone out for me, even taking away the 2 goals from Richarlison, I thought was fantastic. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, done okay. But for me, the young left-back Nkounkou was absolutely fantastic again. What a find he's been by Marcel Brands. And as you quite rightly pointed out in the live stream, Michael, he could really play on the left wing and fit in, because I tell you now, he spends so much time up the pitch, and it was against Fleetwood, so he had the option to stay quite further up, because it was all Everton, especially until Fleetwood got back into it, but it scored a few goals. But I said this, the players are coming in, and that team tonight was a team who struggled last season, and they've all come back, new season. They've all got a new impetus. They're all playing with confidence. And listen, winning breeds confidence. And even the players who are getting brought in are coming in and doing a job.
Yeah, everyone who comes in and sort of plays minutes for Everton seem to be just a completely different player. You've got Sigurdsson trying to get on the ball. You've got Bernard, who's had a very good performance tonight. You've had Iwobi, who sets up a goal, scores a goal. It was just, it's so much better seeing Everton all of a sudden being such a more dynamic and adaptable side, don't you think?
Well, I worked out before we started watching the live, started doing the live reaction. I think Everton have scored 14 goals in 4 games. I think that's right. And I said this, in the match reaction the other day after the West Brom game. Every time Everton get the ball now, it's just forward thinking, forward passing, none of the sideways from last season. And it's as if they want to just keep scoring, which I know that's what you're supposed to do in football. I know that. But we've never always been used to that. I just want to say there's been a £10 donation by Carl Molyneux there. Thanks, Carl.
Blimey, Carl, thank you ever so much, bud. I can't see the comments. I'm doing the thumbnail. As you can all see, there's an exclusive peek of our thumbnail for this match reaction right there. John can't see it, but you all can.
Carl Molyneux's donated £10.
Thank you, Carl.
Thanks, Carl. Yeah, going back to the way Everton are playing, I said this in the live stream, I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but I'm so confident going into every game now. And I get the feeling, there was a few fuck-ups tonight by Pickford, but I'm starting to get less of a feeling now that Everton are going to Everton it. They're making the fans confident, which is absolutely fantastic, because up until we brought these 3 players in, I know they didn't play tonight, but them 3 players seem to have given these other players who are coming into play in these cup games a kick up the arse.
Yeah, and that's the difference. All of a sudden the whole squad is having to play better. They've seen the 3 signings of Allen, Rodriguez, Decore. The whole team is different, and all of a sudden it's incredibly exciting that the players that aren't in the team want to battle for a shirt, and that's a pretty new thing that I would say that we're not really used to be honest.
Well, they haven't spit their dummy out, have they? You know what I mean? Sigurdsson was quite a regular last season. Same with Iwobi, was playing most games. They haven't been this season. But when they're coming in, whether they're starting the game or whether they're coming on as substitute in the league games, they are giving their all for this year. You know, I thought Bernard had a good game tonight. I just do want to mention now we've sang the praises of a lot of the team. Moise Kean again. I know he wasn't on long, you know, but he just doesn't look interested. I know he got the goal. What's your take on Moise Kean, Michael? Are you starting to come along the lines of my thinking now that is he happy at Everton? Is he going to stay? Is he going to go? It's a funny one with Moise Kean.
For me, it's difficult to say because I still believe he's got massive amounts of talent.
Yeah, I just don't think he wants to stick around long enough to build confidence up to show us that massive talent.
That may be the case. You know, if he's homesick, fair dues. I get it. Like if he's homesick, you know, look. He's a young lad. If he's homesick, I'm not going to sit here and almost make him stay because I would never want that. You know, I never want to be put in that position myself.
Stats have just come up now. 21 attempts to Everton. They're 7-8 on target to their 3. And we had 70% of the possession. You know, that's good. I know it's only Fleetwood away, but we're not playing that well last season in the Carabao Cup. There's just a newfound confidence. Just before we finish, folks, I want to ask Michael's opinion on Pickford tonight.
Oh, God, I don't even know where to start, John. I mean, Jesus Christ, I'm trying to do this film now, and you've got me in depth now with this guy. Pickford is a shambles. He's an absolute... He's a shambles. He is. There's no excuse. There's no excuses for that second goal. The header's directly at him. It hits his palm of his sort of arm, his wrist. And it goes in. He's flapping. It's almost like the ball comes to him and he doesn't know what to do with it, and that's disgusting. You know, that's disgusting from an England international, a player that's, you know, your number one, someone that's cost £30 million. It's just unacceptable on any way, shape or form. And for me, you know, it's disappointing to see that. One thing I'm going to say, just as we're in this stream, this is probably our biggest instant match reaction in terms of people watching. So guys, thank you ever so much. A lot of you have come over from the watch along, I appreciate. But you know, Everton going forward look great. Everton defensively still have issues, and they have to be identified, because if they're not, you're only going to stop how well we're going to do this season. Carlo Ancelotti knows that. Marcel Brands knows that. I've got absolute faith in what Marcel Brands has done this summer. He's restored a lot of faith in me, and so has Carlo Ancelotti in Everton, because his pull brings in players. But there's no doubt, in my opinion, if Everton are going to challenge the top 4, the top 2, the Championship, you know, the Premier League, the absolute elite, Jordan Pickford is not your goalkeeper. He's not your goalkeeper for that. And I hate to say it, because I backed him, and I would continue to back any Everton player, but he is not good enough to wear our shirt. He's just not. John, what's your take on him? Because you backed him a bit longer than I did.
Well, you see, we spent a lot of money on him, but the more you watch him, the more his mistakes stand out. I remember going to a thing with Neville Southall, and Neville Southall hit the nail on the head. He's a good shot stopper. I know he didn't do that tonight. He's a good shot stopper. But when he's under pressure and he's got the opposition running at him, a bit like West Brom, you know, you could blame Yerry Mina for that goal, or you could blame Pickford. Someone put in the stream before, a good keeper wins you between 10 and 15 points a season.
Yeah, but
I'm going to tell you right now, Jordan Pickford will not win us 10 to 15 points this season. Them 10 to 15 points could make a dramatic difference where we finish in the league.
Yeah.
I think Ancelotti's patience will be running out with Pickford now.
Well, there's been rumours that we've been linked with Richarlison, who obviously some people may remember from Manchester City years ago. He's a decent goalkeeper, there's no doubt about it. But again, I want someone who's proven at top level. You know, I want someone who is
like a Nick Pope.
That's who I want. But again, it's going to cost you an absolute fortune. And look, I love Everton, and we've spent a lot of money, and we've spent a lot of money in the past. There's no doubt we've got the money. It's whether we can spend the money. You know, Carlo Ancelotti tonight, and a couple of people have mentioned it here, to be fair, he was fuming with Pickford. You could see it. And for me, I would have had no problem, and I said it in the live stream. I would have had no problem saying, right, Pickford, you're off. You're off.
Yeah.
And that's it for me.
He needs that shake up because at the end of the day, in my opinion, he will play Saturday. So because we haven't really got anyone outstanding to challenge him, so he knows he can make them mistakes, but he'll be on the team sheet next game. Maybe that will give him a kick up the arse to stop these stupid mistakes that he's making. But I think Ancelotti, if we had the money, I think Ancelotti would have no worries going out and buying a keeper.
And to be fair, John, if you was to say to me, you definitely need a centre-back, you definitely need a right-back, you definitely need a goalkeeper, but you can only sign one or two of them, Gibson wouldn't be going out on loan. I'd probably make do with the centre-backs that we've got, and I'd spend all the money on Pickford because he needs to go. It's done. Like, it's done. For me, Pickford's done. I'm finished with him. I can't be fucking bothered with Jordan Pickford anymore. If he smiles after that goal goes in, is a fucking disgrace. And I didn't see that. I didn't see if he smiled or not. But the fact of the matter is, the goalkeeper is your number one man. He's your number one on the pitch. He's the one that stops the ball going in the back of the net. And from the video I did with Ben Winstanley, it is, again, him that causes the fucking worry at the back. He looks brittle. You saw it against West Brom. He plays a high ball, doesn't quite go anywhere, puts us under pressure. He's done it again tonight, and it's just unacceptable. It's unacceptable, John.
Yeah, I mean, I've just watched the goal here again now. Don't get me wrong, I think Michael Keane puts him under pressure.
He does put him under pressure.
When there's two Fleetwood players bearing down on him. But if he hoofs that ball first time, even if it goes out, it takes the pressure off us. But no, he decides to touch it with his left foot and then try and boot it out. And he's closed down by then. It's poor by Pickford. Even the second goal, the overhead, I've just watched that one again now. The ball comes over and he goes and then comes back. By the time he's got back, he can't get his feet right to get two hands on it because he's not stable.
But he shouldn't even
be coming for that ball.
But he shouldn't even need it to get two hands on it. One hand should have been enough to simply push that ball out.
Didn't even hit his hand. Hit him there.
He hits him there. So he can't even get his hand right. All he does is push that ball out. It goes to an Everton defender who's banged right in front of him, and that ball goes clear. But instead, he doesn't, and that makes it 3-2. Now, Everton prove yet again this is a different Everton with a different mentality, and they go forward, they go and get that fourth goal, they go and get the fifth goal. At 2-1, Everton go and score again, make it 3-1. This is the bit that we haven't seen about Everton, that attacking mentality. And that's key. That attacking mentality carried us through against West Brom. It made us pull our socks up against Salford. It made us pull our socks up tonight. It made us, have early scares against Spurs in terms of, Son had an opportunity. There was a couple of times that they got in. Everton pulled their socks up and when they got 3 points. This Everton side is different, but eventually Jordan Pickford's going to cost us a point or 2 points or even 3 points. And at that point, everyone, I think the entire fan base is probably, I would say 85% of the fan base is done with Jordan Pickford. And I backed him. Start of the season against Tottenham, I said he's coming out, he's punching things, he's being more aggressive, being more assertive. Tonight, he flaps, he bottles it, and he concedes 2 goals as a result. However,
folks,
positives. Sky, it looks like give Iwobi man of the match. I'm not completely against that. I think he had a good game tonight, Iwobi. Absolutely fine with it. He's put himself in the shop window, in my opinion. Bernard, another one. Nkounkou, for me, is the man of the match. Such a young lad, yet again, delivering balls, putting in crosses. He put in about 5 or 6 crosses in the first half. Luca Dean didn't have to do anywhere near what he usually does. Richarlison got a couple of goals. He could equally go in there. It was a really, really good performance by a lot of the Everton players today. And we move on to the really big game against Crystal Palace. Tabletop inside, joint points. Everton against Palace, 2nd v 4th. It's a game that Everton need to win if they want to keep this early pressure up and go into the Merseyside derby. Absolutely pumped, ready to go.
Yeah, totally agree. Again, man of the match for me on Nkounkou again, and as you rightly say, let's go to Palace, get the 3 points, be going, keep this win and run going, because then we can go and play the other team from over the park with confidence, Michael. It always seems when we end up playing them, we're on the back of a defeat or we've won a couple and we've been beat. We can go and play them at Goodison Park with this win and run still intact, I really, really fancy us, and I don't see any reason why we can't keep this win and run going.
And can I just say, what a prediction show that's going to be on Saturday morning, by the way. You know, the new prediction show, 10 o'clock Saturday morning. Make sure you're there, guys. It's a new show on YouTube. Help me get them views up on it. That would be brilliant. And obviously, the watch-alongs will continue to go. And I'm telling you now, the watch-along for the Merseyside derby, that's going to be a hell of a watch-along to be involved in. So, guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, the like button, the notification button, the bell button. If you want to donate to me, now is the time to donate to me and John. We absolutely love you for it. And guys, I think it's fair to say we'll see you soon. Peace.
Yeah, we will. Cheers, everyone.